What's up, Cloud? How's it going, everyone? Thought I'd stream tonight. And I want to punish myself, I guess, because I didn't realize how complex Guile's theme is. But let's do it. Why not? Got nothing better to do on a Friday night. SF2 Guile. So I said Street Fighter 2 Turbo, but I'm going to be using the sequence from Street Fighter 2, the original. It's not that different. How am I? I could be better. How are you? So here's the original. And if we mute the echo and then play the turbo version. Exactly the same, except it's just quieter. So the notation's the same. The only thing I'm really worried about in this song is, well, there's two major things I'm worried about in this song. The first one is that trumpet has like 4 different vibrato settings, which means I'm going to have to make custom vibratos 4 times. The other thing is, the second thing is, I don't know. My God, I got so many windows open. The second thing is I do not know if that's just a regular sawtooth or if it's like a shortened sample of something else. I'm trying to close all my windows. There we go. So let's get set up. So the first thing I'm probably going to want to do is record from the EMU Proteus 2, or Proteus 1 rather. I want to set up my insert instrument. Oh, my neck is really stiff. I might need to see a chiropractor. Okay, iMusic work. Or iMusic work SPC SF2. Sorry to hear you're having a rough time. Okay, this is like a vintage version of VST synth font that I found on Archive, because the new version I have to pay money for. This version I believe is still free and probably sounds the best, and hopefully, fingers crossed, this plays. It's kind of broken. No, it's fine. It's almost perfect. It's a good idea to stretch and hydrate for sure. So let's listen to the trumpet really quick. The trumpet scares me. That's not it. See, there's 3 different vibratos there. It's like really fast and then regular speed and then slower speed. Okay, we gotta do something here. Hang on a sec. Let's convert that to a WAV file. Now I wonder actually if Turbo does the same thing. I'm pretty sure it does, because again, it's the same song, it just has echo applied to it. Yeah, it does the same thing. That's hilarious. Well, let's do it. Let's output this as a WAV file. And then we'll use Adobe. And now we'll just take a look at the spectrograph and see what's going on. Look how low resolution the pitch changing is in this audio engine. That's interesting. Okay, so I would say that is my LFO. So 177 milliseconds divided by 100 is, no, not 100, 1000. 177 divided by 1000 is, that's not right. 1000 divided by 177, there we go, is 5.65 hertz. So let's write that down. We'll just, I said get rid of that. Or maybe not. We'll go away. I love Windows 11. Do that again. Notepad. Get rid of that. Don't need that. Good. So we'll go regular vibrato. 5.65 is fine. So some of the beginning notes have vibrato right at the start as well. Like this right here. And it's very slight, but you can see it right here. And it goes right there. And that's a different vibrato. So that's 1000 divided by 129. Let's just call it 1. 7.75. Now let's go to the really long note. I guess this would be it. So you can see that it's fast here. and then medium speed here, and then slow here. So fast would be that 775 one, I'm assuming. Yeah, 129. So 3, 2, 1. I bet this one is the 575. Yeah, because 172 or 1000 divided by 172. I mean, it's close enough. 75, 81. It's not that different. Okay, now let's look at this. If I highlight this, and then this is the slow one, so that's 191. 1000 divided by 191. 523. Dang. So let's call this 3. We'll call this 1. Call this 2. Call this 3. 524. So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to make 3 different LFOs that get triggered by 3 different, what's the word I'm looking for? Controllers, that's the word. It's been a while since I've worked music, as you could probably tell. And because the second channel is just an echo of the 8th channel, you can barely hear it because it's very quiet. But because it's an echo, I'm probably just going to axe the entire thing. In fact, the entire thing is an echo at a lower pitch. Let's move her down here. And we'll move the trumpet right there. So we'll call you trumpet 1. And trumpet 2, detuned. Actually, I think, is the top one detuned? Let's find out. That's EF0, and then we advance just a little bit. EE0. So yeah, it's detuned by about hexadecimal 10. So what's that? 16. Well, I guess it's not hertz. Or maybe it is. I don't know. What's EE0 in regular terms? Programmer, hex, EE0. It's 3808. And then... Whoa, wait a sec. Why is that EE0? Oh, that's probably because it's vibratoing. Yeah, it's vibratoing. So EF0 is 3824. Okay. So I'm not exactly sure how much of a sense change that is. It's probably like, if I had to go through sense, I'd say it's probably -10 at most, maybe -5. Just enough to like phase when you play them both at the same time. It's kind of like the same trick that the NES used to use. Need a chiropractor. Okay, let's turn on the Proteus one. And we'll just call it do not use. When I do the second trumpet, I'm just going to copy and paste it. This one? Yeah. How's the volume? Can you guys hear it? Actually, I should get my cell phone. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I could probably raise the sound. All right, let's record that. An audio track. I'll put that to MIDI. Oh, there's no sound. Oh, that's why. It's the wrong input. What the heck? I think I gotta disable the road. Bear with me a sec here. Or not the road. What is the camo? Oh, you know what it is? It's cable. Change back. MME. It's probably using the wrong recording timer. There it is. Still no sound. Oh, I know what's going on. I got the wrong device connected. Well, that'll do it. What's up, Daisy? How's it going? Oh, if anybody wants to buy me a Christmas/birthday gift, wireless MIDI would be nice. So ridiculously expensive, though. Got a gift card for Long and the Quaid. Maybe I would buy that. They sold it. That. All right. Get sound now. Start over. There we go. A lot of people are used to the Super Nintendo version because it's easily listened to because of the sound test from the game. Which one do I think sounds better? That's a great question, actually. Do I have to answer it? I don't know. I'm not sure if I have a copy of it. I don't want Super Stream. Of course, I already had it. Wow, the notation actually sounds very faithful in the Super Nintendo version. I mean, a lot of people are going to love the original because of the FM sound, but I kind of grew up on, like, I love the game, but I also, like, played the Super Nintendo version the most. I think what Winamp or whatever this is just crashed. It's not responding anymore. Yeah, it just crashed. That's nice. YM2151. I'd say Guile's theme is almost extremely faithful, like as faithful as you can get. While they're using actual samples compared to the FM instruments in the arcade, of course. I'm not doing much, Daisy. There's no way I'm doing the entire soundtrack. I'm not making it a synthetic origins Street Fighter, if that's what you're wondering. Same with Mega Man X. I just wanted to do a few of them. You know, considering I am the Super Street Fighter, you'd think I would do some more Street Fighter stuff. There we go. Key it up an octave. Let's record this bad boy. Sure, the click track is off. Actually, I should probably save. Yes, I want to overwrite what I did. It's not recording center. Or my mix is... Oh, it's probably my mix. Isn't that noise in my speaker? Or... Oh. There's electronic noise, which means I need to get my EMU serviced. You hear that? And it's only in the left speaker. Actually, that's not true. It's in the right one, too. Okay, well, it's good enough. You won't hear that noise when the music's playing, so... Let's change this to input right. and then record again. This is part of the Super Nintendo SDK, Daisy. This sample is in like thousands of Super Nintendo, well, not thousands, but a lot of Super Nintendo OSTs. What's up, Hollow? Now to find out if I peaked anywhere. No, it looks okay. It's not bad. I'm really tired of that electronic background noise, though. I really don't know how to fix that. I think they're probably just like bad caps or something. Okay, let's shut off that. And then I wish I could hide tracks, but whatever. Let's move this to the beginning so our timing is correct. And now if we play this bass with the original song, hopefully it should sound right. Oh. It almost sounds like it's off time. Yeah, Shimomura did make Street Fighter's soundtrack. I don't know if she actually worked on the Super Nintendo version of it, though. Okay, that's good. Okay, let's do this. The toms and the drums are going to be a pain in the ass, so let's get them out of the way. Contact. Call you kick drum. I forgot which kick it was. Let me save this and then I'll just open up Ken's theme really quick. Ken's theme. Ken's theme. Ken's theme. Ken's theme. Preparing project. I guess we should also get the symbol, shouldn't we? Wrong song. Oh, I hear some dynamic changes in the notation there. Kick, 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 snare, kick, kick. All right, let's do this. I am going to copy this down here. And then change this to M1. Hopefully the presets I just made will work. Okay, good. Expression. I don't know what the difference is between the expressions. I guess the expression is used for the volume of the tom. That's so strange. Okay, let's do this. Delete everything that's not the kick. Oh, crap. The snare and the kick are the same note, so I can't. I'm going to have to change that. I have to manually go through this whole thing. This is reminding me of Final Fantasy IV's drum kits. It's because the kick and the snare have the same note, so I couldn't easily isolate them and just delete the notes. I have to go through them all. Ugh. This one's a little confusing. Plus, it's hard for me to see this, actually. Let me change a setting on my monitor. I can't see the lines between the notes playing. And these three are toms. No, Cloud, I didn't say that it's similar to FF4. I was saying that it's reminding me of Final Fantasy IV because when I had to isolate the drums on that one, all of the drums were the same pitch. So I had to go just like this. You can tell that it's not using a drum kit, which would say use C as a kick, D as a snare. In this track, you can see that all snares and all kicks and a couple of the toms are using the, I guess this is D sharp. I think it was a different note because I had to move it to D sharp, but anyways, because they're all playing the same note, I can't easily delete the snare, for example, or delete the toms. So I have to go through every note. And I'll probably have to do it again for the toms. And of course the you know what I should have done was moved I should have moved it to a different note. That's fine. You guys are going to have me a little longer tonight. And Daisy, things have been fine, I guess. Christmas wasn't great. Halloween wasn't great. Birthday was okay. Halloween? Sorry, I meant New Year. My bad. I must be nearing the end. It's close. I mean, they were on the same tracks before Cloud, but yeah, because they're the same note, I can't just select everything on D or select everything on C, for example. But yeah, it's a pain because I got to go through every note to find out what it is and then delete what I don't want. And I got to do it 3 times. Kick, kick, snare, kick, 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 snare, kick, kick, snare. Ooh. Okay, I'll deal with that one after. It sounds like the snare note goes a different pitch. Okay, crazy snare. Okay, it is different snare snare pitches right here. So I'll have to keep that in mind when I do the snares. Snare, snare, snare. Okay, I think the kicks are done. Let's save that. And then actually, let's just get rid of all the extra stuff in here. Delete, delete. I'm going to move all of these kick drums just one frame to the right. And the reason is I can use my script now to look at all of those patch changes. That is insane. This is the kick drum and the snare and the toms changing. If it was a regular drum kit, you wouldn't see any patch changes. All right, let's convert my volume to velocity and hope that that worked. It looks like it worked. Yeah, it worked. Cool. Now let's just move all the notes back to the beginning. Actually, I think what I'll do is select all of these and move the largest or the loudest note all the way up. There we go. That gives me the best dynamic range. Okay, snare time. This isn't so hard. It's that trumpet that scares the crap out of me, by the way. That's the one that's going to take a while. Let's see if my preset works here. Oh, it does. That's cool. I'm going to have to do that trick in the future. All right. So, same thing. Let's take the drum track, drag it here, and then I'm going to have to go through everything, aren't I? Why did my sound stop? Oh, nothing's selected. Oh, and it's probably on the wrong channel. No, it's right. There we go. I didn't choose a channel, a MIDI channel, that's why. That's hilarious. Kick, kick. Oh my god, if you thought that last one took a while. Kick, 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 snare. Kick, kick, snare. So this is going to be a little bit mind-numbing. If you guys have any questions for me, let me know. How was your holidays, by the way? It's hard to hear the notes. I'm deleting the snares I need on purpose and then undeleting them just to make sure I have the right sounds. Like this, for example. And then I can get rid of this. How have you been, Daisy? Oh God. Kick, 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 snare, kick, kick, snare, kick, something like that. Go. Oh, congratulations on your award. Sorry, I keep calling you Colin. Cloud. I guess Colin's your second name. Cloud Colin. Kick, kick, snare kick. That's wrong. Something's not right here. Kick, kick, snare kick. Okay, that's a snare. Kick, kick, snare kick. Okay, that's good. Oh, this is really complex. And I know there's a part that has a bunch of toms on that same line too. Kick, kick. Hey, Shadow Mask, how are you? Yeah, it's probably a good idea to stay with family and friends and people you care about, Daisy. Especially during the winter. Seasonal awareness disorder, is that what it's called? SADS or something. Anyways, it's a real thing. There was a Shadow Mask. I didn't even know there was a MIDI adapter for the Saturn. Yeah, that'd be cool if somebody made some homebrew for it. But that's like niche of the niche of the niche. Sorry, I keep clicking the wrong thing up here and it doesn't like that. I am not nearly done yet. Kick, snare, kick, 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 snare. Okay, there's a bunch of toms here. Yeah, see, these are all toms right here. Kick, snare, kick. No, sorry, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare. It's hard to say. Pretty sure those are toms. Yep. How cold is it where you are, Daisy? Yeah, I made an old sound font for Final Fantasy 8. It wasn't fun. Back then, we only had crappy little command line rippers. None of the samples looped. We had to figure out what went with what. I had to loop them myself. I had to tune them myself. And at the end of the day, it didn't even rip all the sounds. That's why I only stuck at, I don't know, 69 or 80% or something complete. And the only way you can actually use the sound font is you have to use SFPack to extract it. Unless you had a version that was extracted already. Kick. Kick, snare, kick, kick. Snare, kick. Oh man, I don't want to go back to that sound font. I mean, yeah, for the most part, Oh my God, it took it took me months to get it to where it was, and I still wasn't done. I tried to do the entire soundtrack, but I gave up, mostly because like the benefits didn't. There was no rewards for the benefits. You know what I mean. Basically, there was no point. The idea was to make a full mod that was going to replace Final Fantasy VIII's PC soundtrack, but just like Final Fantasy VII PC, the sequences were all messed up. And they were using direct music, and it just didn't sound right, and it just took too much to fix it all. Like, I don't know. Excuse me. IDOS should have just friggin' hired me to do it. At least I would have tried to make it sound like the original. Daisy, back then, VGM Trans didn't even exist. It was a command line tool, I think, called smconv, CONV. Okay, come on. We gotta be near the end of this song. For the snares. Kick, snare, kick, kick, snare. Yeah, Daisy, this was back in 2002, I think, 2003. I can't even remember. It was way, way, way back then. Somebody probably ripped the PS1 bias samples. I have never been able to find them. I think what's his face BRR890 probably has them. He made a Super Nintendo version of the bias. I think a couple other people did too. Kick, snare, kick. Sorry, snare, kick, snare. Kick, snare, kick. Snare, kick, snare. Snare, kick, snare, snare. Right there. Oh, there's the weirdness. Almost done. You found the samples already? Congratulations. I haven't really tried to find them, but it's fine. Actually, that's not true. I did try to find them once. Actually, I tried to find the BIOS or rip them out of the BIOS once and it never ripped. And then I gave up. I didn't really try that hard. Ooh, that sounded neat even though it was wrong. Kick, 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 snare. Love to see that I'm close to the end of the song, that is. Okay, get rid of... Ooh, what did I just push? I didn't know I could do that. Whatever it did, it took me to the beginning. I don't care about articulation. Okay. Snares are done. Let's save that. Let's play it. Sounds like I'm missing some kicks. Or maybe I'm missing a snare there. Oh, because they're toms. All right, let's get the crash in there. I believe the crash is going to just be on the first channel. Oh. Fuck you. Sorry, that was rude. I got extra drum kits in there. I was hoping that wouldn't have happened, but... And there's extra toms in there. That makes me really mad, by the way. There's a snare in there too? I'm not a happy camper, as you could probably tell. Let's make sure there's no more. I think it's just a bunch of snares, or crashes rather. Oh, there's more over here. What are these two notes right here? Toms. Let's make a, oh, there's the tom one right there. So let's move these here. Let's move these here. And let's fix what I probably broke here. Okay, luckily those notes are all just lower pitch. I can just drag them up. Cool. Snares. Sound fonts were sorry, Daisy, I only just saw your message now. Sound fonts were easy to make back in the day because there was a program that Creative Labs made called Vienna, and it didn't suck. So I'm checking the pitch because I got a couple weird ones here, like this one, for example. There you go. Yeah, I did a bunch of mods back in the 90s. My reasoning for doing mods over MIDI back then was mods sounded the same no matter what device you played them from, relatively the same. Basically, your intention was the same between them all. MIDI files could change depending on what hardware you played them on. You might have a wavetable, you might have an FM synthesizer, you might have sound fonts. So I usually stayed away from MIDI, and then of course, here I am using MIDI. Because nowadays, obviously, everybody has the same outputs. All right, this is the scary part. Oh, I was gonna do the. I'll just call these toms, and then I'll do the crashes after. The toms are kind of scary too. I gotta get rid of all that garbage in there. Okay, so the kick is clean. Let's clean up the snares. I think the pan changes are all for the toms anyways. everything but the notation. Delete it. Good. Yeah, so the Sound Blaster 16. I don't know if I ever had a Sound Blaster 16. I had a Sound Blaster Pro, and then I had an AW6, an AW64 value, and then a Sound Blaster Live, and then a Sound Blaster Audigy. And then I guess it's just been sound interfaces ever since. Actually, that's not true. I also had an M Audio 2496, which Nathan Lazerb purchased for me for the music of Chrono Resurrection. That was 2004. That lasted about 5-ish years. And then after that, I started going, well, I guess 2008, I went to sound engineering school. And then I got more M Audio stuff. Can't remember exactly what I bought, but I had to get Pro Tools M powered because I had M Audio hardware. And then right now I'm using an SSL 2 Plus, which is like just a kind of a value sound interface. I don't need anything more than it. It's kind of pissing me off though, because I got to get it serviced now. It's only a couple years old. All right, let's do the crash symbols now. I was going to do the toms, but I just want to get the crashes out of the way. Oh, wrong one. Okay, so this is going to be fun to like get the pitches correct. And I don't think the pitches are correct at all. They're probably set to only one note. No, it's all. So why don't I have sound? Oh, because I'm soloing. That'll do it. Well, let's do this. It's so amazing. Like that crash cymbal got edited down so much to be this sound right here. This crash, not a crash. This crash right here. And the original sound sounds like this. AW32 was one of the first Creative Labs sound fonts, but I believe there were more sound fonts from the ESP created by EMU. Because at that point, I believe Creative Labs purchased them and bought them out. Okay, I have to modify this so I just have the tom sounds. And then I'll just stretch them and turn on tracking so I can change the pitch. Oh, it's already on. Okay. Which one's the drum kit? Right here. Fun times. Now we get to do this again, but for the toms, which means we get to delete most of it. In fact, I'm probably just going to do this. Oh. Yeah, that's what I want. That. I just got to change their pitch. Where'd my notes go? What the heck? There's no sound. Oh, that's why. That'll do it. Do 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 do. There we go. Oh, look at that. Are they the same pan? They are. Okay, good. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Okay, I'll get up in a second, Colin. Or Cloud, sorry. Do you prefer Cloud or Colin? Does it matter? Call me TSSF. You can call me Matt. You can call me Matthew. I don't care. All good to me. Sorry, Daisy. I just saw your message. Uh, you're saying, I think I'll do Final Fantasy VI and Chrono Trigger again. There's a lot, and I mean a lot of songs in Final Fantasy VI I need to fix, and Chrono Trigger, there's a few things that have been found since then. Like for example, the orchestral snare has been found, and it actually, the original sounds shittier than the version that's in the game, which is funny. Such a random random place that they found it. So my guess is, like, Mitsuda, when he created Chrono Trigger, must have just found that sound somewhere. Like, it must have been a weird sample pack he had. It's just weird that we found it. Well, I didn't find it. Somebody in the community found it. I'm not sure who, but it was just a random thing to find. And I'm like super surprised that somebody actually, identified it. You got a lot of people dedicated to this stuff, man. And like, I hate to say it, but I don't know, I got other things I got to worry about. Just gonna finish the toms, then I'm gonna go grab some water. Oh, there's different pannings. These are differently panned. Okay, I'll be back. I'll play the song. Let me just jump back. I'll just loop it. And I'll mute my mic. I'll be back in like a minute. Bass is so loud. Is this a King Gothalion? Gothalion? I don't know what that means. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to do something weird here. So let's make a Tom 1 and a Tom 2 track. Move it up here. This here. Move this to 1. Because the reason I'm doing this is because I'm glad I didn't bounce those. Is because a lot of these toms have their own panning. And I could just like group them in and a lot of people probably wouldn't notice or care. But I would. Okay, this is Contact 5-2. Shadow Mask, what's a Gothaleon? Ugh, you get it. Oh, okay. I don't know what that is. My my preference for this song is that it goes with everything. That's my reference to it. All right, time to do the strings. I believe there's only one string note, so I'm not too worried about that. Let's load up. Where are you? Oh, I don't have strings here? That's funny. Whatever. I could use Proteus, but didn't I have these strings for... No. I must have. They're Proteus strings, right? So my assumption is I should be able to load the EMU3 strings and they'll be in stereo. Just can't remember where I would have put them. Oh, right here. Duh. And they would have been the fast strings or stereo strings, I guess. Actually, I should have instruments made for them already in my Chrono Trigger folder. Instruments, full strings. Where are you? Right there, full strings 88. Is it in stereo? No. Is this one in stereo? Sure is. Save it. It's funny, it's not even triggering the right sample. Oh. Okay, strings are done. I want to do the, we'll call this emu strings. And so Ken's theme for a second here. Sorry, this is the boring part where I do all the little nuances. Okay, I think that's the sound. It's the same sound, but it doesn't have the attack. Or at least it's close enough to it that I'm happy enough to use it. And it comes from the same era, that's why I don't mind using it. It's also possible that this is sampling FM right now. But it sounds close enough to the M1 that I'm going to just use the M1 version. What's up, Zemus? How are you? And yes, I do get the Zero Lava reference from that. Okay, insert M1. My vibes didn't save. That's not cool. Can I go back to it and save it? Now it's there. Now if I go back, will it be there? Hooray. That's nice of you to say. Thanks, Seamus. Okay, I don't know what was up with Capcom's musicians back in the day, but they very much liked to use short notation and a lot of release. That sounds weird, but yeah. And for me to replicate that correctly, I would technically need to change the polyphony to 1. Because on the Super Nintendo, you couldn't have more than one sound playing on a channel at once. Oh, tell me it's just screwed up my preset. Okay, let's make sure that there's no patch changes in there. No, where's my patch changes? There you are. Yeah, there's patch changes in there. I gotta get rid of the patch changes. All right, well, let's first of all copy everything over. Oh, God. It's jumping between soft and hard sawtooth sounds. So as you could hear that note, it's playing the entire length of it. If I grab it, does it have the fade out on it? It doesn't. But it does have it there. So what if I grab it again? No, it's not grabbing the release for some reason. There's a 0F on the release. Hexadecimal. F would be 16. And because chip synth SFC works backwards, 16, well, it just would be 1C. So what's 128? So we would change this 28. Okay. So they're short notes, but the way it releases, it's a long release, but it gets cut off by the next note that plays. So for me to technically simulate that properly, I would probably have to... No sound. Oh yeah, I gotta bounce them. And Zemus, sorry, just to answer your question about the soft... I'm assuming it was about the soft sawtooth and the hard sawtooth. They're just different samples. It's weird that they would bounce back and forth like that, but I guess the song called for it, which is fine. I mean, technically Donkey Kong Country did the same thing in a much more advanced way, so... I don't want my matrix view to go away. MIDI 1. Do you think I could get away with using brass samples for that? Oh, changing the envelope. Yeah. Um, all Capcom songs on Super Nintendo use that, so the notation is shorter. The like, for example, the vibes you'll see are very short notes. Once I look at them, right down here, they're very short notes, but they play the entire length when you play the Super Nintendo version. It's because when the release plays, the note is hit but released, but then when the next note hits, the first note is cut. So technically, these are live notes. I could extend these and probably get the same effect. But I think the intention of the original song was to have it fade out the way I have it fading out. Anyways. Or all of these are like sawtooths. Cool. Let's change this to my original one. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna play something crazy, and then after I'm gonna work on the trumpets. Let's see if 4 changes patches at all. I don't think either 4 or 5 change at all. So, sorry for hitting the mic. If you look at the sample, let's grab that again. So you can hear that release thing I was talking about in this channel too. You can hear the note being released, but it's still playing, like it's fading out. If you look at this sample, it's also different. I bet you these are short looped, like, I don't think these have been... These are basically probably brass samples that were looped short, and then the beginning of the sample was probably cut. Because that waveform looks too different to be like a sawtooth wave. And this waveform looks too different from the other one. See, it could even be a bass sound. These short looped sounds are almost impossible to find, by the way. They could be in the Super Nintendo SDK, but yeah. I wonder if that sound is in Super Mario World. Does the SNES cut a sample from fading when the same one plays again? Not sure I understand, but if you're meaning like, for example, this sound, if it's fading like this, If the same note plays. This, technically, Super Nintendo couldn't do that. If we want to be more Super Nintendo accurate, I would change the polyphony to 1 and then do this. And that's technically what the Capcom songs are doing. So it would cut the note if the same note was playing twice. Or if any note was trying to play over top of the other one. Because you can only have one voice per channel. This is noisy though. Redo 2, you might hear it. No, that's not right. Oh, my neck just cracked. If that's the same sample, it's not. Okay. It's not the same sound, but it's the same concept. Because if you look at the notes, not the notes, sorry, if you look at the waveforms, their size is the same. Their configuration is the same. It plays twice and then it loops on the second one. Yeah. Let's look at the spreadsheet and see if anybody, you know, identified where those tones come from. Because I don't think they're looking at the tone. I think they're probably looking at the spectrograph. Capcom. Yeah, they didn't find them. What does "to fully demo" mean? Somebody could have also popped this in the spreadsheet after I posted my video a couple months ago. Or maybe last month, rather. Whenever I made the Ken theme. U110 patches. Oh. Really? I was using the M1 Vibes vibraphone, but beginning was cut off and very trimmed. Really? It was the U110? Let me replace this vibraphone really quick. The good news is because I'm using Contact, I can make it sound, I can make it work like the Super Nintendo one. U110 under SF2, I believe. SF2, Roland U110. I know I have a U110 folder here. Oh, it's a U220. Same difference. Got the same sounds in them. Well, most of them anyway. There it is, vibraphone. That's the thing about the vibraphone. They sound the same everywhere. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to change the release of that envelope. Yeah, that sounds about right. And then if I change the polyphony, like the voices, to 1, so we'll change max voices to 1. Now the release is going to act just like the Super Nintendo. Daisy, I don't even know I tried starting to look for Lufia stuff, and I was completely lost. Nobody's even started trying to find any of Lufia's sounds. Some of the Lufia sounds from the second game are easily found because most of them are, most of them are easy found sounds, like the emu strings or the Roland timpani or the harp. But like Sam actually made a Lufia remake, but I don't know. I don't know where he got his sources from, because nothing is, from what I can see, nothing was documented through the spreadsheet here. It's kind of a nightmare. And it's also possible that they got all their sounds from Yamaha sounds, and like those sound banks are impossible to find. You'd actually have to buy them, like buy the actual old keyboards. And I will be 100% honest. My Patreon isn't up and I can't afford it. Although I do love Lufia's soundtrack. Like, Lufia was a game I fell in love with way back in the day. Excuse me. It depends, Zemus. See, sample hunting is an art. You got to find out when the game was made. So, for example, Final Fantasy IV was out in 1991. That means anything that's in Final Fantasy IV would have come out in 90 or before that. It's very doubtful that something that came out in 91 would actually end up in the game, because that game's too complex. It's a RPG. As I'm finding out, RPGs are a pain in the royal ass to make. Even if we're just making an 8-bit RPG for the Game Boy. But yeah, you would have most of your music done by then. Unless it's like a Final Fantasy VII situation where all the sounds were one way in a demo and then changed in the final release. Colin, which one was that? You might be thinking, I made a MIDI version of it. Maybe I did make a mod, I can't remember. But the last battle would probably be the beginning fortress theme from Lufia, because Lufia 1 started where Lufia 2 ended. And basically Lufia 2 just retold the story that Lufia 1 had in its opening, right? Yeah, Zemus, let's put it this way. Sound identification, I probably would not be a good person to look for anything past 1999. Because if you think about it, you got like 15 years of sound banks and sound libraries that you have to go through to look for things, unless you have a really good ear and can recognize the sound a mile away. Like, for example, if something used the sorry, I should yawn. Snare drum from Final Fantasy IV, like the Kurzweil K1000 PXAB snare drum, I would be able to identify that in a heartbeat, because that sound is engraved in my soul. I wrote vibes instead of vibes. Oh, that's so bright on my face. See my entire face light up when I change that screen. Ryu's theme, E Honda's theme. LCD1 flute, Dalceme, Blanca's theme, Mini Moog bass, used as part of the Super Nintendo SDK. Solo trumpet, I've got that. Hall strings, native power. What is native power? Could also be, oh, that's the marimba. You know, the sampled as a chord. Yeah, I remember making the final battle theme or something for Lufia. I do remember it. I just don't remember it being a mod. I remember it being a. You know what it was? It was a mod that I converted to a. Oh, I got a tower of old hard drives. I can actually find it, but I think it was a mod of the song, but it was like badly tuned and stuff. And then I made a MIDI file from it. I know the MIDI file is on my website here. Oh yeah, there it is. Lufia N.S3M. All right, this is gonna sound bad. Oh no, it's not gonna sound bad. This is the full ending of Lufia. That's what I did. God, this was before I knew how to tune things properly. I made something for my friend Sarah. I don't think I have the Lufia ending theme here. Or the final battle. There was the I think that file name started with an X. There it is, X Mid Lufia 2. Well, apparently VLC doesn't like MIDI synthesis. Let's open this up and oh, it's not going to work now. That's great. Wonderful. It's better not crash my cakewalk. This is probably going to crash cakewalk. Yeah, it's crashing. Damn it. I really hope I saved. God damn it. This pisses me off because now everything I did in my other thing, hopefully it's not lost, but now I got to reload everything. This is what I get for sidetracking. that Guile's theme crashed. Yeah. Okay, so I do have Fortress here. It's so painful to listen to. Ow. Yeah, that's kind of cringy. I don't want to read what I wrote back then. Anyways, let me finish this song because I kind of want to go to bed soon. I don't understand why the kick volume jumps all over the place like that. I think I'm just going to keep these sounds to be what they are. Which means the part I've been dreading is here. All right, let's call you Proteus 1 mini Moog bass. And let's just color all these so I know that they're done. And let's just mute this one. All right, guys, this one is going to suck. So let's insert an instrument, contact 5. Good. Where did that? Oh, it's right here. And we'll move the trumpet line to here. Call you Proteus 1 trumpet. Now I am not going to actually use the trumpet from my real Proteus. Let me shut that off. It's old, it might die on me. I am going to load the Proteus samples here because I need to essentially program 3 different vibratos for this song. Where are you, trumpet? There you are, solo trumpet right there. Okay, and now we're gonna force this out of this. Save. Is there an effect on that? Shut off. Shut off. Shut off. Cool. All right. Now let's go into here. Shut off my low pass filter. I've got to make 3 vibratos now. I'm gonna delete the old one. Let's make. How am I gonna do this? Let's make 2, 3, and 4. Let's call it 2, 3, and 4. So I already have the values here. We'll call this 2. Oh, maybe. Yeah, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to create a vibrato. Add modulator, LFO, sine. That was funny. Okay. Let's do that. Let's just make 2 more. Shut them all off. And the first one is 524. Second one is 565. And the third one is 775. It's probably going to be crazy sounding. Oh yeah, it's not working because I shut them off. So we'll make the slowest one get affected by controller 2. Add, and then we'll just say 10%. Okay. The middle one will be affected by controller 3. 10% is fine. I can change that later if I have to. And the fastest one will be affected by controller 4. This is where shit is going to hit the fan. Oh, I got to change the intensity to add. I am saving that, and I'm going to save this. A solo trumpet, custom vibrato, music work, SPC, SF2. Whoop, not SFC. F2. Go. And I'll just load a second one. I'm not going to use the second one yet. Okay, good. The second one's going to be the echo. Whew, okay. Now, assign this to channel 1. Now, I have a feeling that is not the right song. I have a feeling that the original song's notes actually don't release like most of other Capcom ones do. Let's listen to it really quick. It does. It's just quick. Yeah. Okay, that's good. I'm happy with that. Two, three. All right. Hope you all are excited about this because this is the boring part. Not that the other parts weren't boring. Vibrato time. There's no pitch bends in this. It's all vibrato. Different settings for vibrato, and it's literally everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to close that, close this, and close this. Create controller 2. Create controller 3. Create controller 4. Final test play? Oh, hell no. We're not even close. After I'm done this, then we got to mix it. We got like, I'd say another half hour at least. And I also have to figure out which vibrato is which. So I'm assuming it's this one. Let's find out. It deleted my other controllers. That's fine. So do you see that? It starts off with like a very slight vibrato right here. And then it slows down. It's like 1, 2. On the second beat, the vibrato stops. And then this one does it. 1, 2. 1, 2. So it's halfway. Oh my god. I'm assuming they did, Zemus. They probably had a tracker or something. Or if it was MML or something like that, it was probably easier to use different commands. It's not as easy to do that in MIDI. In MIDI, especially with a GUI like this, like something like this, me drawing, takes like 10 seconds. Something for them to input as code would probably only take like 1 second while they're typing. Yeah, because in a tracker, I could just go like, I don't have Schism Tracker open, but if I was doing this in a tracker, I would be like H63, H63, and then when I wanted to change it, I'd be H63, H45, H23, something like that. And I could type that. Whereas here, if I wanted to do it, I have to do it in each and every individual controller. Or if I wanted to do it on old hardware, I would have to not only change the depth, but I'd have to change the speed of the vibrato, which would be 2 different controllers, but it would be in a different way of handling it. It would be a pain in the ass. So like this, for example, is 1, 2, 1, 2. So I'm going to paste that, but I know that this goes here. This is more subtle. So it's like this. But I don't know if those are the right speeds. That's the problem. If I go like right here. That's 125, so that's the slower one. Let's change the calculator back to standard. 1000 divided by 125. Is it? That's faster. I got a, yeah, that's the faster one. See, this is going to be a pain in the butt. It's hard to see where this one vibrates because it's so subtle. Leave these two would do. Yeah, and that's a faster vibrato. Or vibrato. Yeah. So I'm using the wrong one there. Let's delete this. We'll add CC4. And we'll do this. Luckily, it looks like there's patterns everywhere, so I should be able to just copy the patterns everywhere. It's too far. Yeah. Pain in the butt. But they're faster, so I can do this. Yeah. This is so intricate. See that? You can't even see it, but I can hear it. I'm going to paste it again here. And you know why I think they're doing that is because of the echo. Because, again, in the game, there's an echo playing. And the reason they're doing that is to avoid phasing. Okay, same thing there. It might be a little bit too deep with those ones. So I don't want to sound gloaty, although I'm going to definitely sound gloaty by saying this. This is the kind of intricacy that a lot of people won't go into if they're restoring the song. Like, they would have probably just created the song, used the default pitches. Like, there's some Mega Man X restorations out there that I've heard, which aren't bad, but they don't even come close to replicating the pitch slides. And the pitch slides are basically what makes the song so amazing. Excuse me. Ooh, did you hear that? These the fast ones? 142. Yeah, that's the fast one. Definitely. Although it's not as fast as... Is there a fourth one? $164. So you could see it going from faster to slower here. Oh, you know why? Because it is changing. 2, 3. On the third beat, it's changing to the other one. Okay. I think the later notes do that as well. So we're going to go 4, 3, 2. So we're going to go here. Oh, that's kind of you to say. Thank you, Daisy. I mean, again, I try to just be as accurate as possible, but I'm human, right? Oh, okay. See, I already made a mistake. This should be here. This should be here. Said this should be here. Okay. And then 3, 4. It was 2, 3, 4, wasn't it? Yeah. So I should actually do, oh, it's out of order. That's why. 4, 3. So 3 should be right here. And we'll just move that down. See, this is how to do that. Oh, it's broken. What's going on with this? Why is that not working? Do that again. Okay, so we want to be relatively at the same pitch depth. But so this is going to go faster, middle, and then if it played long enough, it would go slower. Now I could probably actually program the instrument to do that, but not every note does that. Yeah, well, the restorations is basically me just, I didn't mean to say that. Me just, what's the word? De-stressing. There a pitch bend there? I don't think there is. It looks straight. No, actually it doesn't. You can tell it's vibrating because there's slight deviations right there. And that actually should be very subtle. One, two, three. One, two, three. 1, 2. Okay. Three. think it does it again. No, that's not the fast one. $1,000 divided by 145, 689. I don't have a 689. Let's use the 565. Let's delete this. Use 565 right here. Move this here. Move this here. Fine. I would have loved to have seen exactly how this was created. Like the actual source software that they would have used back in the day. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. My timing's all off. I have to make my trumpet last longer. So sustain will go up to 6 point. I'd say I'm halfway through. I'm gonna make those vibrato less deep because, man, they're deep. And now that I have the foundation created, I can just copy and paste. It makes things a little easier. Do you hear the short notes there? It's fading out right there. Na, 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 na. Yeah, this one's doing it too. That's good. Oh, good times. Good thing I love doing this so much, you know? I love a vibrating time, that's for sure. One, two, three, four, three, four. One, two. Hey, I shut that off. Why is it still vibrating? Oh, I didn't shut it off. My bad. I will not do commission stuff because I will not restore things I don't actually know where they are. Um, yeah. Or maybe I will. Depends on if I'm desperate for money. The thing I'm worried about is somebody asking me to restore a song from music that I'm not a huge fan of or a game that I'm not a huge fan of. So that's just like, I don't know. I think that was a slow one. Exactly, because at that point, I'm not doing it for fun. I'm doing it as a job. So close. And then we'll mix it. It's not that I don't respect it in terms of doing commissions, because you know what? Maybe that's how he gets past the point where he might not like the song. Although that's not true, because Chrono Trigger music he loves, and he did a couple of Chrono Trigger songs, so just focusing on finishing. Be done in a second. Almost done. All right. Save it so I don't kill myself later because of the friggin' fact that I didn't save it when it crashed. So the idea is to duplicate this, and the events do not link to the original, and we'll just delay it to start where that starts. So that's probably a triplet of some sort, I'm assuming. No, not a triplet, maybe a dotted note. No. Oh, 30-second note. That'll work. Okay, good. Let us choose this and delete. I think I also have to modify the, yeah, I do. Okay, that's not going to work unless I do this. And then also have to detune the second one about 10 or 5 or something like that. Good. Now let's just lower the velocity. Now is it panned differently? No. That might be it, y'all. Let's delete this. That's fine. This has nothing in it. This has nothing in it. All right. Mixing time, maybe? Oh my god, you guys have been talking. I'm sorry. Someone's spamming me on Discord and YouTube trying to get me to do Pokemon Mystery Dungeon stuff, and I tell him no every time because I don't know it. Not hard for him. Or me. Samples are super well documented. Yeah, so there's some that are obviously well documented, and some Pokemon music is fun. But, like, I have no nostalgia for Pokemon. I played it when I was a kid. Not a kid, maybe in my teens. Didn't see what all the fuss was about. Never could get into it, but a lot of people did. So they have a lot of nostalgia for it, just like a lot of people probably didn't get into Final Fantasy IV. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And sorry, Zemus, which version? Oh, you mean his Chrono Trigger version from differ from my version, you mean? Um we have different styles. Like he just recently did a Super Mario RPG one. Now, I noticed a couple errors in my Super Mario RPG one that I released. Some of the pitches were wrong in mine, and that pisses me off. So that almost makes me want to redo the whole soundtrack. Am I going to do it? Probably not. But yes, Daisy, maybe someday in the future, if I get the motivation, I will release second editions of all this stuff. But where's my incentive? Like, I have no reason to. Nope. My reception to Super Mario RPG was lackluster at best. And when Chrono Trigger blew up and was great response, I got hacked and I lost my Facebook account forever. So I don't know. And then Chrono Trigger. What did I do after Chrono Trigger? I must have did Super Mario RPG. You guys saw how, excuse me, how long I worked on that. Basically, I worked on that almost nonstop. Excuse me. When Super Mario RPG Remake was announced. And then I didn't even finish. You know what? I think I probably missed the hype train on it too, because I didn't even finish it when it got released. Yeah, my Facebook account got hacked. I couldn't get it back. Tried to contact Facebook 20 different ways. Mostly I'm upset because I lost a connection to a deceased friend from 15 years ago. Would that be Stream Daisy? Maybe. I don't know. It's one of those things where, like, I was streaming literally every day doing this stuff, right? Yeah. I was going to work on Final Fantasy VII as well. Like, am I going to do the whole soundtrack? Maybe. Maybe not. Not all of the sounds have been found. I don't know. All right, let's get to mixing. I don't like the fact that I might fix the crash later, but I don't like the fact that its panning doesn't work properly because of a contact bug. It happened the same day, Zemus. I got a fake copyright claim. I looked at it. It was a drive link, but it didn't look legit, and I stupidly opened it thinking my virus scanner would save me. And then once I did that, they stole my browser session. Then they got all of my logins. I lost my YouTube channel for a month. I lost monetization for my YouTube channel. Because when YouTube was helping me, they're like, hey, you're not supposed to be monetized, and they took that away. Hey, Nachos. I have to, if I'm going to do consistent mixing, I have to save some presets from the Ken song. Got the wrong window up. Okay. Nachos, no. Something else happened that made me private all my stuff. Mostly I'm trying to figure out if I want to uh keep my YouTube account up. I was gonna unprivatize everything, but I'll probably sorry. I was gonna do it, I just haven't gotten to it yet. I did a Final Fantasy IV Synthetic Origins, but I didn't base it off the Super Nintendo sounds. I based it off of Final Fantasy IV arrangement album that Uematsu made back in the 90s. I wanted it to sound like that. That was not what I meant to do. Dun, 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 dun. Think I got the loop points. Oh, I fucked it up. Okay, again, I think I got the loop points right. Let's set this. Check the loop. Yeah, the crash is a little weird though. See, it should be jumping right at the beginning, but for some reason it's not. You can hear it jumping halfway through the notes being played. Not halfway, but partial through the note being played. Like there's no reason it should be doing that. What if I mean, I can assemble them to different channel or different notes rather, and then pan the notes. But I don't know. I'm kind of getting ready to say goodnight. You know what I mean? It's getting late. All right. Instrument settings. Controller 64. Accept all note on. Yes. Accept standard controllers for volume and pan. So if I shut that off and crash. Whoops. I broke something. Okay, now reset the pen. Good. Now if I set a mod in the amplifier section, external MIDI CC to 10, change the volume to pan. No, it doesn't work because it doesn't account for the negative parts. This is the dumb part. I set it all the way left. No, what if I send it there? That might work. But I have to expand the stereo field. So what if I do this? Stereo modeler and expand it. Okay, that's not doing anything. But it will if I use instrument effects, I'm assuming. Stereo expander. Modeler. There we go. There we go. I think my trumpet's too loud. I feel like my tom drums are not tuned correctly. Do do. I think I'm a semitone too high. I'm going to give that a little bit more thump. Can barely hear it, it's too tinny. The FF4 snare could be the Matthew snare. Okay, so which one? The harder hitting one or the military style one? They're both from the Kurzweil K100 or 1000 rather. 1200 I meant to say. Are you calling me fat, Daisy? Just joking, Daisy. I hear that right. Why is that not doing anything? I'm probably compressing the shit out of it. Yeah, I'm compressing the crap out of it so you can't really hear the dynamics in it. I'm missing tom drums there. I can hear the crash getting cut off halfway through its sound. Like, listen to this. It's not doing it now. See, in this one right here, if you listen to it in the context of the full mix, okay, it doesn't do it now, but it did it before. See, it did it right there. But it doesn't do it now. It's so frustrating. Let's try freezing the track and see what happens. No. froze it badly. It doesn't do it when it's soloed. So if I create a audio track, sorry guys, this might take a minute. If I create an audio track, no, let me undo that. Let's create an aux track. So crash output, set the output to new aux track. Arm it for recording and then just record the whole song. It did it there. That's so frustrating. I have to output this to the main again. I think the only way to fix this, luckily it looks like there's a couple. Right, left, almost right. Then completely right, left. Okay, there's 3 different pannings. So what I'm going to have to do to fix this is select everything that's left. This is one of the frustrating parts of Contact 5 and just Contact in general, I believe, because I'm sure there's other versions of Contact that do the same bug. Okay, let's move this 2 notes down. And then let's look for all the weird hand ones like this one. And then this one. I think those are the only 2 times it does it. And then the rest are right. So this is what I'm going to do. Going to go into here. This is the note here. That's funny. Okay. Let's copy this. Also, I have to get rid of the panning. So let's delete all the panning. Get rid of that. Okay, so we're going to copy this zone, paste that zone, move it down 1. Copy that zone, paste that zone, move it down 1. Good. Let's reset the panning. Good. This one's going to be panned mostly to the right. Say 90% right. This one's going to be 10% left. Which, by the way, I have to undo my panning thing that I was doing before. So we'll go 90. Negative 90, rather. And then this will probably be like, I don't know, 50. Let's undo this effect. Save it so I don't have to do all that again. So now it should pan correctly. Okay, so that's good. Yes, that is the U220 vibraphone. This one right here. So if I do this and I release the video, I'm probably not going to do the same thing I did for Ken's theme, but maybe I'll do the what's it called? You know, the whatchamacallits is no wrong thing. This thing here. It goes 3 steps up so far. Four steps up, wow. And then it resets. Probably because nobody would live long enough for that song to play that long. I'm very curious. Not Vegas, I want. I'm curious, very curious. Not Vienna. Silly me. What if I... What if I looked at the short loop of this? Would it be the same sample? Not really. It probably sounds like Final Fantasy V's trumpet. It's not Final Fantasy V's trumpet, but it sounds like it. Sorry, I'm checking the short loops. No, they're not the same. That's not the same. This is too smooth, too uniform. And this is too organic. Like the waveform is too chaotic. The fact that this is so smooth tells me that it's probably sampled at a very high note. See, that almost looks a little bit more like that, but it's not. That's funny. Like if you're wanting to, you can like turn all of these into like short loops. Like this, for example. Excuse me. All right. Trumpet without the attacks. It's almost sounding more like the Super Nintendo version because of the short loops. All right, guys. I think I'm going to call it. I appreciate everybody coming tonight. This stream wasn't really planned either. I just kind of like decided at 6:30. I'm going to stream at 7:30, so that's what I did. Don't know when I'm going to stream again, but I appreciate y'all dropping by and giving me the well wishes and stuff. Things have been pretty hard lately, so it's nice to know that there's still people out there who still think about me. Thank you again, and we'll see you later, and I hope you all are taking care. And 2025, let's make it a good one. All right, see you guys. Good night.